Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. Today I am happy to provide you with a Kickstarter preview of A Nice Cuppa, the 7th Scott Almes solo game from ButtonShy Games. And ButtonShy Games are just 18 deck card games, have so much variability and flexibility to them, and Scott Almes has provided a bunch of great solo games. You can see the first 6 lined up behind me, and number 7 is on my table, and you can't see that because of the camera angle, but I'll provide some insert pictures and everything as I go along covering this preview. So what is A Nice Cuppa? Well, it's a game where you're trying to ease away all the troubles in life, a bunch of worries you deal with from day to day all the time. And, a nice way to get rid of those worries is to drink a nice cup of tea. So what you're trying to do is put the tea making in order. You got 7 cards that are the process of getting a good tea in front of you, and you want to put them in order as you go. So you're going to choose tea, you're going to add water, you're going to boil the water, you're going to steep. I don't remember what all 7 cards are, but you get the gist of it. You're going to make tea. So what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle those cards out and lay them out in a line in whatever order they happen to fall out. They've got a happy side and a not as happy side, and that'll come into play with the scoring as well as the gameplay. And then once you get those 7 cards in line, you're going to take the 10, I believe, because 18 card deck with 1 reference card. So that should count to like 10 worries or calamities or whatever in life that get in the way. That could be stress, it could be financial worries, it could be work worries, health concerns, aging concerns, whatever. And you're going to put 7 of those face down below each of the steps of the tea making process that you laid out. So you're going to have 2 rows of 7 cards, and then 3 worries are going to be left over and not used in the game. On a turn, what you're going to do is you're going to flip one of the worries over. Just choose one of the face down worries and flip it over. Then you're going to perform its action, because every worry has an action on it. So then you'll perform that action, and that's going to move around the tea making process, because again, you're going to want to get them in order from 1 to 7. So the worries are going to come out and manipulate your tea as you stress through life. And then you're going to flip the tea card that's above any of the upright worry cards over to its bad side. And you're going to do that every round. Once all worries for the round have been played and you flipped over the tea to its opposite side, depending on which side is up for that round. In the first round, obviously, they're all going to be good side up, and then one's going to flip to the bad side. But in the second round, you might flip one of those bad side worries back over to the good side. And that's going to be part of manipulating those worry cards, because when you finish that action of flipping the cards and after you do all the actions and take the action of flipping the T card to another side, any worries below a good side T are going to be eliminated from the game and knocked out. And you're going to continue doing that for the 7 rounds or 8 rounds it takes to play the game. Again, flipping one worry, using all those worry cards in order from left to right, manipulating your T lineup. Then you're going to flip any T's over that are above a worry card, and then you're going to remove any worry cards that are below a good T. So worries are going to kind of be lost away as you work on the T. The final round is the only round where you're not going to flip a new worry. You're going to play with the worries you know. So you're going to once again manipulate the worries. You're going to move the T's because of those worries. Then again, you're going to flip the T's over above any worries that are remaining and remove any worries below the good T. And that's the end of the last round. Then you'll move to scoring. At that time, this is where you're going to see how well you did. Because any T that is out of order, again, you wanted them numbered 1 through 7. So any T that is out of order. So if you have T6, then 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 5, 4, 7, you're going to remove 6, 5, and 7, leaving 1 through 4 there. You're going to score 2 points if it's on its good T side, 1 point if it's on the bad T side, and then you're going to lose point for every worry left over, and you're going to see how you scored. So it's this little puzzle of using the worries in the right way to organize your T's, and then get rid of the worries that are no longer going to help you. And you want to get rid of all the worries really in the end, because you don't want to take points off, but you want to use them long enough to manipulate the T's the way you need to get them in order and hopefully on the good side. So the max score is going to be 14 points in this game, if I mathed it right, because you're going to be no negative points and 7 worries on the good side up 2 points each. 14 points should be the max score. There are various challenge levels, and basically that's just going to be kind of how you score and how you set up, I believe. I only played on the normal or easy mode, my few games I've played so far. And that's how you play A Nice Cuppa. So let's get into my gizmo thoughts. Is the game any good? Of the Scott Almes solo games, I'm going to say right now, so far, this is my favorite beaten out food chain island, which was previously my favorite of the 6. I really like the theme of the game. I like the manipulation of using the worries to get the tea how you want them in line, and trying to figure out how you can utilize them in the next round if you can't eliminate them. And trying to eliminate them. But like I said, you're going to need them also potentially to manipulate your tea as you go. So you can't just try to eliminate every worry every round, because you might not be able to manipulate the tea the way you need to score high. I'm not usually a fan of beat your own score games, but this one, I don't know, it just feels good. I really like the theme. I like the puzzle of it. The fact that the teas have, 2 different sides. They have, the good side, and I believe it's the distracted side. And you're going to utilize that to your advantage too. Again, because for every good side of tea you have, you're going to get rid of that worry card. And that's how you need to manage what's where in the 7 spaces of the board. Kind of like 2 competing lines of traffic. I really did enjoy this one. I think it is my favorite of the Scott Almes solo ButtonShy games. So yes, I think this is a good game, a good puzzle, a good solo puzzle. And again, like all these games, it plays pretty quick. I think I knocked out a game in 10 to 15 minutes, and that was learning along as I went. So not bad at all. What do I think about the ingredients? Well, I can't speak on final product other than I've seen the final product of numerous ButtonShy games, and this is their standard card deck. Their standard envelope is going to come with it. The rule set is solid. The art, if this is the final art, I really like it. I like the tea look. I like the ease of understanding the worry cards, how they manipulate the board. The top half is simple art design. Maybe they could color it up a little bit. I doubt they're going to change anything from what I've got from the final product, really. But on the T cards, that is beautiful art. I'm not sure who did the artwork on this one, but kudos again for the nice, simplistic, but really good looking art on especially the T cards. But, even the simple worry card art is good looking. You got a nice, easy to follow reference card. So after you read the rules, you can just keep the reference card in front of you. It is all the rules just on a oneer with the scoring on the backside. So nice and handy rule card as well. Is it easy to play? It is easy to play. Flip a card, do what that card says with the top row, moving cards around. You got a little bit of concepts to understand, such as groups of T, but nothing overly complex. It's all explained in the rule book. Easy to follow. It's basically 2 cards next to each other are a pair, regardless of what they are, and a group of cards are exactly what it sounds. A group of X number of cards that are also touching each other. And then what you're going to do is move them as described in the worry card. Then you're going to flip and look at what side of a T is up and get rid of a worry that is below the right-sided T. So, yeah, easy to play, but hard to master, I think. I think my high score is 9 right now, and 14 is the max if my math is right. So I've still got some work to do. I think 9 is kind of an average score based on the easy mode. So if you want to get that max score, you're going to have to really puzzle it out. So easy to play for sure, hard to master. Do I want more of it? What's the replayability? Well, the replayability is you've got the same cards. Yep, there's 10 worry cards that you're going to put out. 7, so that's going to give you some variability in the game. But again, you're playing with the same T and the same 7 of 10 worry cards. So I could see if you're playing this a bunch, you're really going to start to figure out the puzzle for this game. And that's pretty true of all the ButtonShy games. With the nature of 18 cards, there's only so many ways you're going to be able to mix and match. I don't know what that math is, but the math exists that you will see repeat games after X amount of time. So yeah, it's got replayability enough for me. You're not playing the same 7 warriors with the same 7 T, so there's that. There's going to be some change. But like all these games, this is a game you're going to pull out and play a few games of and then put away, for the next time. You've got some time to kill while you're hanging out the doctor's office or on a plane or whatever, because this game doesn't take up that much space, and that's the beauty of them. You can put them in your pocket, pull them out wherever you're at, just killing time, and this game will also fall into that mold. So from that regard, I think this is good. And let's go ahead and get into my is it original. I think the T concept, I don't know that I've seen T getting rid of worries concept before that I know of. If you know of it, let me know in the comments below. But that theme, I don't think I've really seen before. The manipulating cards around based on other cards, I think is fairly common, especially in these type of games. Again, with 18 card decks, they've got a lot of variability in what they've delivered over the last, I don't even know how many years ButtonShy's been around, but they've got hundreds of games, and they all feel different in some form or other. And this one does feel that different, despite it being another 18 card deck puzzle that you're figuring out. I recently just reviewed their most recent one up until now, The Last Lighthouse, and that was, again, cards manipulating puzzle, and I just didn't feel as good playing that one as I do playing this one. Something about that puzzle just didn't jive with me the way this one is. So I mentioned it already, but for me, getting into my final thoughts here, this is my favorite of the 7 Scott Almes solo ButtonShy games. I forget what their official term is, but the ButtonShy solo Scott Almes games. I played all 7 of them now. As you see, I've got the 6 previous ones behind me, and this Kickstarter preview on my table. And this is my favorite of the 7. I wouldn't say by far. I really do like Food Chain Island 2, but those 2 are probably a good step above the other 5. And this one, I think right now is my favorite for sure. And I look forward to playing it again, like I said, anytime I've got some time to kill. I'm not going to give it a rating right now because this isn't the final product. It's a preview of things could change. So I'm not going to give my Gizmo, out of 5 stars, but I'm going to leave you with that comment that I really do like the solo puzzle of this one, and it is my favorite Scott Almes solo game. And I can't say that about my last review if you watched the Last Lighthouse review of mine. So that's that. That's a Nice Cuppa coming to Kickstarter if it's not already there now, depending on when this is released and when they release the campaign. I don't know either date as of filming, but look for it sometime in August on Kickstarter. A Nice Cuppa, and I'm sure there's going to be other offerings in the campaign as well. Perhaps any one of these 6 games behind me. I'm not sure. I don't have that information. I just know that I have a Nice Cuppa coming to Kickstarter in August of 2024. I recommend it. I recommend it if you're a solo player and a fan of Scott Almes solo games. If you liked the 6 behind me, you're going to love this one. That's my thoughts, at least. My opinion here at Gizmo Board Games. And that's my preview of A Nice Cuppa coming to Kickstarter sometime in August of 2024. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe below if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. And comment below if you've played this or if you want to check it out. If you've played the other 6 games behind me. Let me know in the comments below. I am a small enough channel that I do read all the comments and respond to most of them. So, that's the benefit of being my little channel here. So if you've got something to say, you want me to know based on this preview, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.